We're just days away from a final vote on a proposed $85 million aquarium in Syracuse's Inner Harbor, which tonight faces new pushback, not from a politician, but from a tourism expert. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jonathan Singh. The aquarium would be funded with $85 million of your tax dollars. Tonight, we're speaking with a local tourism expert who believes that the aquarium is not worth the investment. Our Samantha Croston has continuing coverage tonight.
Project consultants for the aquarium proposal suggest in a study that the facility will generate an average of 490,000 visitors per year.
If you dig into the numbers, it's actually somewhat concerning that they would estimate that we would have almost 1,400 visitors per day, 365 days a year to this facility. I just don't think that's attainable.
The study projects that 671 people from outside Central New York will visit the aquarium each day, along with the same number of local residents. Bill Hanbury, a local tourism expert, thinks that attracting the number of visitors projected in the study will be very difficult, if not impossible.
And to generate that kind of tourism activity, I just don't think is reasonable unless you're going to invest significant additional resources in marketing. And there is marketing funds in the budget, but I don't think it's anywhere near enough to generate the kind of tourism activity that they're talking about.
Hanbury also believes that the money set aside for the project would be better suited for other pressing needs in Syracuse.
Whether it's preventing crime and the horrifying rates of crime among particularly young men in the city, really abysmal educational outcomes, and the lack of economic development opportunities that exists for young people in this community, those are where I think we ought to spend the money.
And he's not the only one who's against the aquarium. County legislator Christopher Ryan says the ratio of negative calls to positive calls that he gets from constituents on the proposal is around 100 to 1.
It's not that I'm anti-aquarium. I think it's a really, really bad business model, and I think that the taxpayers are on the hook for far, far, far too much money.
The final vote is set to take place this Tuesday. 9 votes total are needed in order for the county executive to move forward with this proposal.
A major chip manufacturing company could announce it is setting up shop in the town of Clay in a matter of weeks, according to the county executive. Good evening, I'm Connor White. This comes after federal legislation passed both houses of Congress to incentivize companies to build chip plants in the United States, eyeing the White Pine Commerce Park in Clay, promising thousands of jobs. Tonight, some homeowners that have lived on this land for decades now paying the price, feeling they were forced to move to make it all happen. Michelle Nuzzo has lived on Burnett Road just shy of 14 years. In the process now of moving out.
I was sad, I was angry, I had many emotions going through me when I left.
Nuzzo had joined arms with her neighbors along Burnett Road to try to save their homes. Sitting in the middle of over 1,200 acres, Onondaga County is marketing to chip manufacturers at the White Pine Commerce Park. Eventually, she agreed to sell her home to the county.
It was just too much. It was consuming me.
Only a few privately owned homes remain.
Wrote this bill with the future of upstate New York in mind.
Newly passed legislation includes $280 billion worth of federal incentives to have chip manufacturers set up in the U.S., including at places like White Pine. Part of the CHIPS Act passed in Congress this week.
This legislation has the potential to bring transformational investments to my district in Central New York.
County Executive Ryan McMahon says White Pine is a finalist for 2 companies, hinting that one could confirm they're coming to Clay in just a few weeks.
When it comes down to site, there's nobody better than us.
McMahon says White Pine is the perfect spot, and a large chip manufacturer will bring thousands of jobs that would be transformational for Central New York.
I completely understand the need for jobs and for the chip manufacturing companies. I do, but I don't think that people should be forced out of their homes.
While the county has not exercised eminent domain, Nuzzo says she and her neighbors on Burnett Road felt forced to leave. County tax records show the longer homeowners held out, the more the county seemed willing to pay them. Of the 25 homes purchased so far, the county paid around or below market value for almost all the homes sold in 2021 or earlier. In 2022, the county paid 2 to 9 times the market value, spending approximately $11 million for Burnett residential property, likely utilizing rescue plan funding, with the Republican-led county legislature approving $20 million ARPA dollars in a loan to the County Development Agency for site property.
If it doesn't get paid back, but we land an employer, who cares? The employer we're about to land, you know, a $20 million local investment for site development. The dividends that it will pay will get paid back in 2 or 3 days.
Some neighbors moving out, feeling they deserved more after spending generations on Burnett Road.